Hey everyone, Sunset here. I just wanted to start this video off by saying thank you if you have subscribed to the channel from my last video that I made on this subject. I don't know what happened, but that video, it got a bunch of views in the past few days. I don't know what the deal with that was, whether this dungeon just kind of got randomly popular again, or if it was posted somewhere or whatever. But if you're here because of my last video, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Today I am going to actually jump into a little bit of stuff that I didn't really cover in the last video. I didn't really cover, when you could access the dungeon, a few more things. In order to actually access this dungeon, you only have to defeat Bloodstarved Beast. Let's say you get into a new game, the only thing that you really need to do is get the first Chalice, and then you can come here and you can create this dungeon. Of course, you just go up here, do a search by Chalice glyph. You type in Cummmfpk. Hit OK, and that's going to give you this. You just click on that, and it does the ritual. I used to think that you actually needed to get the second Chalice from the initial Chalice dungeon, but you don't. You can go right into this. At least I was able to on one of the last games that I played through with it. Now, when you actually get in here, all you're gonna do, and you can actually see like a ghost of somebody over there standing, so they must be doing the same exact thing right now. All you gotta do is run up here, look to your left, and there's a guy that dies off screen. When this happens, you are going to get 83,000 blood echoes. So that's pretty good. You can use a bold hunter's mark at this point. I'm just leaving the loading screen in here to show that it doesn't really take a whole lot of time. But you use a bold hunter's mark, run up here again, and just do it all over again. It is that simple. I've used this to make some quick builds. Like, let's say I wanted to go and grab the whirligig saw. I get to that point in the game where I can access the Hunter's Nightmare. I come in here, farm a bunch of blood echoes, get to a level that is pretty decent, go into the Hunter's Nightmare, grab the whirligig saw, and come out and fight the remaining bosses and use that weapon. It's a really easy thing to do. I also want to actually explore this dungeon a little bit. I know I said in my previous video that I was going to do that, and I never got around to it. Mostly just because I ended up doing some other projects. I stream, so my time was taken up with that for a while, and just a bunch of other stuff going on in life. So, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to show some of the other things that are in here. And I'm going to use Simon's Bowblade because it might take a little bit longer, but in doing melee through this dungeon, because you can only get hit once, I don't want to sit here and die a whole lot while I'm actually trying to make the video, so I'm just going to kind of be safe about it. If you come to this side area here, you're going to run down here, you're going to see a bunch of rats. I hate fighting rats in this game, so I don't typically... Oh my god, I feel like I'm going to die. Camera, what are you doing? Oh my god. Rats are Wow. I probably should have just meleeed at that point, but whatever. So one of the things that I use, and I explained this in the last video, but one of the things that I use to fight the enemies in here, since I am using Simon's Bowblade, I have a gem on here that pretty much instantly refills my health. Being as I only have 25 HP in this dungeon, I can get blood bullets for myself. It immediately heals up. It allows me to basically have infinite ammo. And that comes in handy towards the later boss fights, because I use a lot of arcane spells to fight these bosses, and I also use Simon's Bowblade. There's also another video on my channel where I'm actually fighting the Layer 3 boss, which is a headless, bloodletting beast. That is a very tough fight, at least for me. So if you come down here, you get, they got some items down here that aren't, really anything special. Some Molotov cocktails. You can't get this item. There's something in the way. I wish that I really could grab that, because I kind of want to know what it is. It's probably just the same thing, but it would still be cool to know what it is. And you got another snatcher guy down here. Grab more blood bullets. Yeah. Ah, twin bloodstone shards. Okay. That's nice to have. Now that guy is typically on the bridge there. So I'm going to leave him alone, and I'm going to go back up. There's two guys right here. Grab more ammo. Fire off some arrows into him. The thing is, these enemies in this dungeon give a lot of blood echoes too. Like the guy I just killed, I think gives like 15,000. So that's pretty decent, if you ask me. Yeah, that guy just gave me 15,000. So it takes a while, but you could just do one run through this dungeon. And I mean, I already have, almost 500,000 blood echoes. That is a ton. It would be quicker to just do the Hunter's Mark things, but I think it's really fun to actually go through this dungeon, because it is pretty challenging, not being able to take a hit. I would like to see somebody do it completely melee, because I am just not that good at running through this game not taking a hit. Just not something that I was ever really able to do. So it would be really cool to see somebody do that. I'm going to throw a poison knife at this guy and get some extra HP off. I forgot about the other dude down here. So we're going to run. He's going to chase me. See if I can get to this ladder in time. I did. Yay. And then we're going to see what's on the other side of this bridge here. It's really nothing special. It's just a chest, and it's got some ritual blood in it, I believe. You got this guy here. I knew it was going to happen at least once. And that guy was about to throw a knife at me. See if I can lure this guy. Get him hit with the... Yeah, there we go. So when you come into this dungeon... Let's see if I can see... Yeah, there he is. So there's a hunter down there. He actually spawns up on top of this bridge. And what I think is happening... Maybe his AI isn't loaded in. He just stands here in the path of these blades and just gets hit repeatedly until he dies. There was a YouTuber that actually discovered this right around when this dungeon kind of became pretty well known, and I wish I could remember his name, but he's the one who found out that that hunter down there is what is actually giving the blood echoes. And I kind of theorized that, yeah, it's probably his AI that's just not coming on, and he's just getting hit by these blades. So I'm pretty sure that that's what's happening. I'm just going to run in here and use my iframes to get whatever's in here so I can show it off. Yeah. Ritual Blood 5. So that's what you get if you go into here. It's not a whole lot, it's not a big deal. This dungeon, aside from farming the blood echoes that you can get from coming over here, I don't think it's worth going through and farming like items. They're just not valuable enough unless you really need some Ritual Blood 5s. And even then, I believe that there's an area that you can get that without having to fight a lot of enemies. Like right there. You can just come into this main area, grab that, remake the dungeon if you really need this. I've never ran out of Ritual Blood 5s after going through the Chalice dungeons in the main game. There's some more items over here. Some Quicksilver bullets, Molotov cocktails, I think a blood vial. And then there's nothing there. In fact, this whole area, there is nothing. There's no enemies except for one enemy in front of the switch, which you will see in just a moment. In fact, maybe I'll try to parry him, so I don't look like I completely suck at this game. And then watch me not be able to actually parry him. Because he's this guy. Yeah, I missed. Missed my chance. Oh, and he... Okay, I'll leave that in so that I can look a little bit stupid. But we're going to come back in here. We're going to go hit that switch and we're going to go fight the first boss. Now, when I fight the bosses in this area, I do not parries and like melee. I'm just not very good at doing that over long periods of time, and these bosses take a while to defeat. I don't know if they have boosted HP or if they just have really high defense, but only being able to take one hit is just something that I'm not very good at. I'm sure I could get good at it if I kept practicing enough. But for this video, I'm going to use the Simon's Bow Blade and Executioner's Glove method that I used to get past this part at first. There is a side area over here, and I'll go into there in a later video. I just didn't want to make this super long. So we'll explore that side area in another video one day. It's a Keeper of the Old Lords up here. So what I normally do is I'll throw an Executioner's Glove and then pop them twice with the bow blade and then refill. And then I just repeat. A lot of the times I'll try to get him down here into the open. Just because I don't like fighting on stairs. Just refill and repeat. And then he's going to buff up. Or she. It might be a she. I don't remember what the gender of this boss is. Or if it even has a gender. Now, of course, when the boss buffs up their weapon, they get a little bit more range. So they're a little bit more dangerous. And I'm assuming most people who have who are interested in this dungeon, you've probably fought Keeper of the Old Lords before. You can parry this boss, but like I've said before, not being able to take a hit, I just don't like risking it. I don't want to get him. I don't want to get them all down to like 10% health or something like that, and then completely die. Have to start all over again. This is a pretty good method. And I use the Executioner's Glove because this boss likes to sidestep a lot. Like that. And because the Executioner's... Oh, man. And because the Executioner's Glove has some homing capabilities on it, it will follow the boss like that. Damn. Alright, so I'm going to try to concentrate just a little bit more. Oh, wow. You wasted no time getting down here this time. He might be out of range of the Executioner's Glove at that level. I might have already said it, but I find this weapon to be really fun. Like, I really like the Simon's Bow Blade. Especially with the infinite ammo, it's super fun. If I had better blood tinge, I'd probably just use gun or something, or like Ludwig's rifle, and do it that way. That might be actually a fun way to go through this dungeon. Gun only. No, don't lose lock on. That's what happened to me last time. I lost that lock on. Kind of screwed it up. Oh my god. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, come on. You're really just gonna, like, evade me like that? It'd be nice if I could get him trapped, like, on the architecture or something. That is one of the reasons that I really like the Executioner's Club, because when he wants to do that sidestep, this goes right to him. When he gets that extra range, it can be a little difficult to dodge and keep your distance and still be able to hit him. I feel like he kind of just goes just out of range with how far you have to stay away from him. It's pretty good to let him do an attack and then launch your own. Especially with something like that. And that one, where he just straight up throws fire at you. Yeah, just run right into it. There you go. Come on. We're almost done here. That was close. Come on, get from behind that pillar, please. Come on. I need you to come this way. There we go. And wait till you see how many blood echoes you get. 331,000. Not worth it. You could get that many in like 10% of the time of fighting this boss. The challenge is fighting him, obviously. This item, I can never pick it up. I have no idea what it is. It's not something that I maxed out on inventory, because I don't have anything in my inventory that I think I'm maxed out on. So yeah, I have no idea what that item is. That happens for all the bosses, actually. So we're going to return to the Hunter's Dream, and I'm actually going to end the video. I will be back with some more videos where I go down to the other depths of the dungeon. We'll fight the second dungeon, or we'll fight the second layer boss. I'll fight the third layer boss again. Like I said, I have a video where I fought him. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to fight. Now that I know more about what I'm doing, maybe I could get it down a little bit lower. But doing it at range like that takes a while. So it's a pretty big fight. It ends up more being an act of attrition than actual skill. Because like I said, I'm not very good at doing hitless runs of any boss in Bloodborne. I will always take damage. That's pretty much going to do it. If you liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. And again, thank you if you came to this channel through my other video. If you've subscribed or you commented, you liked that video, thank you very much. It was good to see. I will be back. Thank you very much. Have a great day.